Hi there, and welcome to another edition of Current Events. And we're your hosts. I'm Michelle.
And I'm Angelica.
And remember now, y'all, we're talking about things that are important that you learn because you are a citizen of the world.
And you need to know these things so you can be an educated citizen of the world.
That's very true and very right.
And so you can exercise your right to vote, which we fought for on the 4th of July to preserve for all of you.
Which I think is very interesting because of all the dates they could have picked. I think it's very interesting that they just happened to pick the date that is Independence Day. If they had picked the 2nd of July, it wouldn't have fallen on the same day. Think about it.
Would not be the 4th of July. That is true.
So, in current events, there's many things happening. For example, there's the Paula Deen scandal.
And don't forget that there is the coup by that general in Egypt who suspended the Constitution and put somebody else in power instead of the president that had been lawfully elected.
You mean like suspended it like by a rope, like in midair?
No, I mean like...
You like a trick?
No, I mean like made it not have effect. No Fourth Amendment, no First Amendment, no nothing, no shit, no rights. The Army will say what you can do and what radio stations can broadcast. That's how it is in those foreign countries.
I was in Kansas one time.
Kansas is pretty foreign.
It was not fun because they used to have a Stuckey's, and it was no longer there.
Well, you should go to New York if you want a foreign country.
I was in Disneyland, and they had a New York ride, and it was very much fun.
But let's get back to the situation in Egypt, because this is of great importance.
Egypt is one of the Jackson 5 sisters that never, ever left home.
Now, this Egypt is a country in northern Africa.
Northern Africa is a continent.
Well, Egypt is a country. And the United States is trying to decide whether or not to maintain diplomatic relations with Egypt.
They have to be married before they can have those relations. That's what the Bible says.
Well, I think they're Muslim, so they don't go by the Bible over there. So I'm not sure you got to be married before you can have diplomatic relations in Egypt.
I don't know. I've never been to Muslimville, but I do know that you got to be married to the same person that is in your gene pool, or else you're not going to end up in heaven.
Well, from what I understand, you can be married to more than one over there. If you're a man, not if you're a woman. Well, the man can be.
All right, we're getting into an area that I'm just not comfortable with.
Well, let's talk about diplomatic relations.
Why can't we talk about Paula Deen and what's on her salad bar?
Well, you know, that's important in a very small way. But this whole thing with Egypt is very important.
Not for those of us who like boiled carrots.
Because our embassy has closed there, and they have advised all American citizens in Egypt to immediately leave the country because it is so unsettled, and the supporters of the previous president are rioting, and the police are trying to encircle them with concertina wire to keep them from getting all over and, killing people and shit.
I don't know what concertina wire is.
I think it's like razor wire, like at a prison. That's what I think.
Well, thank you for turning your dial to our very important show. I thought we were going to be talking about recipes. Apparently not.
Well, go ahead. What recipes do you want to talk about?
I don't feel like talking about recipes right now.
Don't get all hissy and pissy.
I am not getting hissy and pissy.
I think you are getting hissy and pissy there. I think you should just take a nice deep swig of that, whatever that antifreeze shit is in your glass.
It's milk of magnesia and Hawaiian punch. Thank you very much.
And a healthy dose of vodka, I do believe.
That's all the time we have for now.
Until the next time. See you later.